This time last week, Everton were gearing up for a relegation 6-pointer against West Ham. It's been nothing but chaos since, and Anthony Gordon continues to be absent from training. Simon Jordan thinks Harmy's Newcastle should steer well clear away from the Everton player.
Anthony Gordon's attitude isn't right since perhaps Chelsea came in for him.
Yeah, maybe.
And I think there's a feeling of that. Now, that might be a situation that is unpalatable, but it's the reality of the modern day footballer. Grows up through your academy, times get tough and you don't fancy it because a better opportunity comes your way. That might be being a bit harsh, but when you need people, this is where you see those that stand up. And if that is indeed right, what I've said, then that's not right, and that shouldn't be how it is, and they should want to perhaps cash in on him and get as much as they possibly can. Now, the 60 million figure is laughable. It's ridiculous. He's not worth 60 million quid. If they can get something looking like 30, maybe 40 with some add-ons, then Everton can utilise that money and redirect into areas that will help them get out of this particular predicament.
Harsh.
No, I think Simon's right. I think there's ways to go out.
He's right, but he's questioning the boy's character here.
But you're a professional footballer. You can't always get your own way. He knows Everton are in dire straits at the moment. Surely you try and help the team while you're at the club still.
Yeah, but
no.
Yeah, I get what Simon's saying. I get what you're saying, but it's you don't know what's happened behind the scenes. He's been going to Chelsea in the last window. And obviously Newcastle's talked about, and Newcastle's going in the opposite direction to what Everton is. But when you come to, it's a profession, it's your job. Yes, you have to, you have to go out and play. You have to come.
Well, you're still
turn
getting
up
paid
for training.
by
You're
Everton.
still getting paid. The thing that I don't like that. I don't like just down.
Well,
to
Trossard was
but
another
you
one,
don't
wasn't
know what's been promised and what's been promised and happened. He might have been told at Chelsea, coming in for him at the end of summer, you stay with us, and
correct.
And all of a sudden, all the broken promises. And is this the final straw for somebody? I could understand it if he was like 27, 28, 29.
And let's be honest, it's not that long ago where he was their star player, wasn't he? He's putting himself about.
I think the boys. I think he's a talent.
No, he's a good player.
I think he's a talent. You look at if Newcastle could get him for 30, 40 million with add-ons, like Simon said. I think that's a good. I think that would be a good way out for everybody, especially they're looking at Everton have been linked with Ziyech, 25 million from Chelsea. I think if them two deals got done, I think that would probably suit both parties.
What I do agree is 60 million is too much. Yeah. Listen, if it doesn't materialise the move and he gets back in, he puts himself about again, he'll soon be forgiven, I think.
Well, that's what he's got to do.
Yeah. Let's speak to Jack, an Everton fan who thinks Gordon is way overpriced. Jack, very good morning.
Morning, Jack.
Morning, lads.
Good morning.
Yeah, good, mate.
Yeah, I'm just listening in. I'm just on my way into work, and I just thought I'd have to come on because I just wanted for the listeners that are listening in, especially Everton fans, and probably Chelsea, Spurs, and Newcastle fans, the teams that are linked with him, put the shoe on the other foot. He scored 7 goals and 3 assists in 4 years. Now, if you're saying if your team or your club's going to go out and buy a player, and you look at them stats, and that's all he's produced in 4 years, and you're going to go and spend 40 million quid for him, would you do it would you be happy with it as a fan? You wouldn't, would you? So if Everton fans are expecting to get 40 million for him, I'd be very, very surprised if we do. For me, he's an average player. He's an average player of around 15, 18 million.
Yeah, he puts himself about, Jack, doesn't he? When he was at the top of his game, he was flying into challenges. The fans were really warming to him because he was given 110% every week.
Yeah, that's it. And the one thing that the lads will agree with me here: no football player is bigger than any football club.
100%.
No one, not even Ronaldo, Messi. They're not even bigger than football. The fans are the biggest part of the football club. And if he doesn't want to play for this football club, then let him leave. And you know what? Nobody turns out to be like Barkley because he had a bad time down at Chelsea. He'll come crashing down. He'll walk back to Bramley Moor on a hot glass to get a game.
Jack, just a quick one. Who would you rather have as manager? Obviously, it looks like a 2-horse race here. Bielsa or Daesh. Who would you pick if you was on that Everton board?
It's a tricky one, isn't it? But for me, I just want to see Everton getting back to basics of football. You know yourselves, you've played the game. Everton in the last 14 games, they haven't been playing the basics of football. Being good with the ball in possession, being strong out of possession and things like that. Frank's a decent fella and he's a nice fella, but for me, it's just not the right time for him now. Who I'd like to see Sean Dyche.
Yeah.
I think he offers something to the club, what we need at the moment, a bit of a David Moyes thing that we have.
Jack, they say that Bielsa's here, but I wouldn't rule out Dyche just yet, so you might get your wish, Jack. Jack, thanks for your call. Have a good day at work, mate. This one, a couple of texts and emails before we break. Jay said, I'm a Toon fan. I don't want Gordon for a few reasons, but he's been treated horrendous at Everton by club and support. Shocking treatment, he says. John says, Anthony Gordon, get rid, he's just a fake. Ross Bartley, oof, done nothing since head turned last summer. There you go. Keep them coming.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Alan Brazil. Thursday and Friday morning, 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.